What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I apologize for not making a video yesterday and for being late today. I've had a lot of stuff going on, but we are going to be digging into the charts. We're going to be looking at the heavy resistance area to keep an eye on. If we break above that, we could go bullish, but until then, I will remain bearish, and I'll show you those points. Also, don't forget we have a free Discord group. There's a link in the description below the video. Definitely check it out, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any markets. I want to remind you we are doing a Ledger Nano-esque giveaway on Sunday. I didn't do it yesterday, so I'm going to do the giveaway at the end of the video today for last week's. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Scroll down, smash the thumbs up button, and leave your comment down below, and you'll be entered to win next week's. Make sure if you entered last week's to stick around to the end of the video. We will be picking a winner. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we're at 42, same as yesterday, still in the fear zone. We've only dropped 1 point in the last few days. And taking a look at the macro, we've been talking about this for a long time. Nothing but lower highs in the macro. Also want to point out the higher high in the monthly, lower high in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. That is bearish divergence in the monthly. Doesn't mean it plays out in a day, guys. But let's take a look at where we're at. This is the resistance line I'm talking about. We've been talking about it for the last few weeks, and as of right now on the weekly, it's around 10,930 area. If we do come up to retest that, if we break above this on the weekly and close above it, then I get bullish. Doubt it's going to happen, but anything's possible. I do want to point out also we are rising in the price action. Volume is declining to next to nothing. That does signal a big move coming. My opinion is it's going to be down, but again, if we can break above this 10,930 area, we could go bullish, and then we could look at these higher targets. But until then, I am still thinking down. Let's look at the RSI that we've been watching on the weekly. I do think this is going to be the area where you want to buy in, or if you're trading, do a long. This is the key area I'm watching in the weekly RSI if we do get this dump. As you can see over here, we made this kind of head and shoulders pattern and broke down from there. It does look like we are making a head and shoulders pattern here. Keep an eye on this area for a break. A pump would bring us up to retest the top of this. That is definitely possible, guys, so be aware of that. Although I don't think it's going to happen, it's definitely possible to come up and test this one more time before coming down. That would be a massive bull trap in my opinion. But let's take a look at these candles real quick on the weekly. As you can see over here, we had this green candle with a nice wick up top. Same thing right here. And then we had like a hammer candle, had another one here, and then another hammer candle and another one here, and this is where we're at now. And you can see what the next candle here was, a massive drop. We could be seeing the same thing. If we came back to test this white trend line, would be around the 8,800 range, and the 55 EMA would be around the 9,250 range. Let's take a look at the daily. So in the daily, we've been watching this, and we've talked about this plenty of times. This was obviously the pandemic started here when we had this big drop. I do think we're most likely going to get some bad news. I'm still thinking that. That's last time we were over here when I was calling down, everybody was super bullish, saying it never happened, and we see what happened. But I do think the same thing's going to happen over here. And if you look at the RSI when we had that drop, I do think this is what it's going to end up looking like. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So in the case, we did have a massive pump. I don't see us going higher than this trend line up here. It could be around the 11,900 area, depending on how high we got or how quick we got up there, maybe 12,000. Although, guys, I don't think that's going to happen, but be aware it is possible. Let's look at this as a bear flag, this being the flagpole. Take a measured move. If it was to break down here, would be around 8,600. Now let's take a look at it as a rising wedge. And if we broke down from there, would get us around the 8,888 range, which would be funny to our Discord group. But anyway, that's what I'd be looking for. But be aware that, let's look at where the bottom of this trend line is. Right now it is at, if we came down today, it'd be around the 10,400. A break of that, we're most likely headed down to this area. The 200 EMA, we may get a bounce at 99.03. One more thing, let's go back to the weekly. Something I wanted to point out here. When this came down and broke down, once it broke through the 8 and the 13 EMA, we blew right through the 21 and got a bounce off the 55. Right now, the 55 on the weekly is around 92.50. Just wanted to point that out. Let's go into the daily over here. So looking at this, we'd been looking at this white as a rising broadening wedge. The measured move of that's all the way down to the $3,800 range. Also remember on the 8-hour, we do have a CME gap down at 35.70. I'm not saying it has to hit there, but you need to be aware that it is down there. Let's get this off of here. Whoops. All right, and then if we look at the pink trend lines, rising broadening wedge also. And if we do break down within the next few days, 10,000, around 10,080 is the area to watch. If we break below that, the measured move is about 6,500, and it doesn't mean we drop down in one straight candle, guys. Could definitely take a while. Once we break through this, if we break through this, I believe we'll come back up and test it one more time for resistance before coming down. Again, if we did come up, you know, and do a double top here, 13.9 could be the highest. If we get a major out of nowhere pump, some good news happens or whatever, but I still believe overall we're going to break down here. Prime XBT, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link above. If you are interested in trading, you can make money when the market goes up, market goes down, whatever it's doing. This is by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. As you guys know, I had some trades in Saturday and I got stopped out at 10,610. I re-entered some shorts here today. As you can see, we've popped back above this trend line, but we weren't able to stay above it. That's where I entered my shorts, and I do have my stops at 10,900 as of right now, and that is because of this trend line up here off of these two wicks, which is about 10,880. I would expect major resistance there and come back down. But if I do get stopped out, then I will have to reevaluate and see what's going on there. But I have my take profits at 10,250. As you can remember, I started this account with 0.1 Bitcoin. As of right now, it has 0.2. We were up to like 0.22, but like I said, I got stopped out yesterday. So we'll see what happens. I'm back into a few shorts here, and we already took a look at that. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. So looking at the 4-hour as a rising broadening or a rising wedge here. If we take a measured move of that to where we broke down, that gets us to around the $6,000 range. So everything's pointing down still, guys. Unless we broke this 12,400, I don't see us making any. I don't see us getting over this year. Let's put it that way. All right. So swing low to the swing high. Fibonacci retracements here. This one is at 10,445. I believe if we drop below that one more time, we are headed down to at least the 9,200 range, which is the 0.382 fib. Then after that, if that breaks, 81.65 is the 0.5 fib. And if that was to break, this is the key area to watch between 68.50 and 71.50, which is the golden pocket zone. That is the 0.65 and a 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. I would expect at least a bounce there. If that does break, then our target of 6,000. And then we have the 0.786 fib at 56.75. And of course, that CME gap all the way down here where the blue line is at 35.70. Don't forget to check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There is a link below in the description. A lot of cool crypto stuff on here. She can put anything you want on any of this stuff. Your favorite coin, favorite saying, family pictures, whatever you want. But yeah, check it out. If you have any questions, hit her up in the contact up top. And let's look at the 1 hour. And then we'll go into Litecoin and Ethereum. I also want to take a look at the dollar index real quick. But let's see what's going on here. So we had this. Let's zoom in a little. Well, let's zoom out first to get the bigger picture. So we had this rising channel here that we broke down out of. And the measure move of that is the 9,700. As you guys know, we do have a gap down there. And I've said before, be careful with that gap. A lot of people are probably going to long here, and I do think it'll be a long squeeze. And if we do get down to this range, I don't think we're going to get the huge bounce everybody's expecting. I think we're going to plummet hard. That's my opinion. And one more thing I want to discuss real quick before we move on is everybody being so happy about institutions. They're here. They're finally here. Institutions aren't here to hold on to Bitcoin. I'll tell you that right now. They're here to make money off of Bitcoin. They're not going to just sit in it and let the price rise. That's not how it's going to work, guys. Be careful. They have a lot of money, a lot of power. They can dump Bitcoin, pump Bitcoin all they want. We could range here for years. I have a chart that shows that. If they just kept ranging us between, 14,000 and 3,000, we could do that for a couple of years. It's definitely a possibility. Don't dismiss that. I have this chart here where over here you can see it took 623 days to break the high. The next one for the next bull run took 1,232 days. That's a little over double. And if we did that again over here, it's looking for a break of 20K. And I'm not saying it's going to take that long, but it could take as long as 2024. So just be aware of that. And let's zoom back in here. Let me get out of here. Let's look at the 1 hour. We are making higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. We're going to zoom in a little bit more here now. Let me get the RSI out of there. So this was the highest I was thinking we would go, 10,871. Saturday when I made the video, I didn't move any of this stuff around. But as of right now, we have this trend line here, a break of that, which is around 10,670. We should be headed down. This 10,871 was a measured move of this triangle over here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Let's look at this as a rising broadening wedge. First, we're looking at this as a inverse head and shoulders, which the measured move of that we did almost hit. It is at about 10,350. We didn't quite get down there. But what I think it is a rising broadening wedge that we broke down from here, and the measured move of that is about $10,200 range. So we have these two targets here, and then we have the 10,050 down here as the last point of support before a major breakdown. But like I said, I expect us at least to get down to this 97. Be careful when we do. Don't get wrecked. All right, looking at the DXY, we did dip below our support line here, but currently we are back above it. It does look like DXY may be doing a turnaround here. If it does, this should shoot up. If we do get up to our target up here, Bitcoin should drop the whole time we're going up there. I would be looking for this area for a reversal in Bitcoin. I will keep you updated on that, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And oh yeah, the Prime XBT, if you are interested in trading with that, use my promo code SAVVY50. It'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus, and SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your trading fees. All right, looking at Litecoin on the 4 hour. Lower highs in the RSI, or lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence. And we've been talking about these targets forever, still looking for them. First target being looking at this as a rising channel. Break that, 3862, still looking for it. And then if we looked at this as a bear flag down here, this smaller rising channel where we broke down, looking at about a $31 Litecoin. Breaking back above this trend line here, around $51. We break above that, then everything would most likely turn bullish. This being the major resistance line, I don't see us getting up there, so I'm not even worried about that right now. Ethereum. Looking at Ethereum, same thing, nothing's changed. First target's 246, next target is 200 if we break the 246. I am still definitely currently looking at that as our targets. All right, let's pick our winner of the Ledger Nano S. We had 7 videos, so pick number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bitcoin dump incoming. Still saying it. Let's copy the link address, and the winner will have 24 hours to get back with me, all you have to do is hit me up in my email down below, or if you belong to the Discord, hit me up there. All right, did I copy that? Let me double check. Copy the link address, then we'll put it in the random comment picker. And let's see. YouTube comments. Pick a winner. Let's see what we got. Florida Home Theaters LLC. Thanks, Savvy. Great TA as always. Thanks a lot, man. Get a hold of me, and we'll go from there. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel to win next week's Ledger Nano S. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for all the support you guys give the channel. We have almost 18,200 subs. Let's see how long it can take us to get to 20K. I'd like to see 20K before the end of the month. Let's see if we can do it. Make sure to smash likes and leave the comments. I'm out.